Hello, everybody. Welcome to KPIAS Delhi's Play with PYQ series. The first subject that we'll be dealing with is history, and in history, we'll deal with themes of ancient India. These are the themes in the ancient India topic with respect to PYQs. All right, so we'll start with theme 1, that is prehistoric period and Vedic age. First question, it was given in the year 1980. Neolithic period of age is not characterized by. The source of the question is Neolithic period, R.S. Sharma, chapter 8. See, Neolithic period, as you all know, has started in the year 7000 BC. First, it was in Mehergarh, which is in the Balochistan region. All right, and it is also known as the period of revolution, Neolithic revolution. All right, so to trace the answer, first we'll see a snippet. Look at the snippet. Chapter 8, R.S. Sharma, NCERT. What is the title? The Neolithic Age. First food producers and animal keepers. First food producers, which means agriculture started, and animal keepers, that is domestication of animals and cattle rearing. All right, this is a snippet of title of the chapter. So with these 2 points, come back to the question. Neolithic period of age is not characterized by, right? According to the title, Neolithic period is characterized by agriculture, right? And domestication of animals. Correct? From the title itself, we got these 2 points. Now look at another snippet. Use of bone tools and sites of Burzahom and Chirand. Here, they've given that Burzahom, which means the place of birch, situated 16 kilometers northwest of Srinagar. The Neolithic period, or Neolithic people lived there on a lakeside in pits and probably had a hunting and fishing economy. Okay, so Burzahom is a site, Neolithic site in near Srinagar, that is in Kashmir, and it had fishing economy. This is also given in NCERT R.S. Sharma. So fishing is also there. Now what is left out? Use of copper. So it is not characterized by use of copper. Therefore, Neolithic tools are often made of what? Stone and bone. Okay, not this copper method. Okay, so with absolute knowledge, if you have to mark, you should read this chapter, Neolithic period, and it is characterized by agriculture, domestication of animals, fishing, and it is not characterized by use of copper. Please remember the options also. Now, we can know about early Vedic period from, see, first option, archaeological excavations. This is wrong because, see, in Harappan culture, you can find the archaeological excavations, like you have terracotta figurines, seals, etc. But have you read about any seal from Rigvedic period or any archaeological evidence from Rigvedic period? No. So this is wrong. Contemporary cultures, okay, if you do not know, just keep it on hold. See Rigveda. This seems more appropriate because Rigveda, which is an example of Shruti literature, is a source of what? Vedic period culture. Like what is there in Vedic period? How were the people behaving? All these are known from Rigveda. Jataka Katha, no, this is related to what? Buddhism, right? So this is also wrong. C is the answer. And some basics about Rigveda. There are 10 mandalas in Rigveda, 1 to 10. Now 2 to 7 are part of older texts. Okay, 1, 8, 9 and 10 are part of later texts. All right, and in Rigveda you will have 1028 hymns. Okay, and of the 10 mandalas, first and 10th one are the longest mandalas, both having 191 and 191 hymns each. All right, and Gayatri mantra is mentioned in mandala 3, And ninth mandala is dedicated to Soma. And what is there in 10th mandala? 10th mandala has Purushat Sukta hymn, okay, which discusses about four varnas, which it says that they are born from head, mouth, limbs, thighs, and feet: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. Okay, and it also has Nasadiya Sukta, which talks about origin of universe. Okay, so these are some basics about Rigveda. All right. The philosophical systems of the Hindus were propounded and properly codified in the. Okay, that's the question. It was given in 1983. You should understand that philosophy in Hindu philosophy, it is also called Vedic philosophy. Vedic philosophy. It developed alongside the religion of Hinduism, emerging in Aryan and classical period. Okay, so there are six orthodox schools, also known as Shed Darshana. Okay, Shed Darshana. Darshana meaning philosophy. Okay, so it is also known as Vedic philosophy and it was properly codified in the Vedic age. Now, what are those six schools? Some basics you should know. What are those six schools? One is Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaiseshika, Mimamsa, and Vedanta. Okay. Who propounded Samkhya? Kapila. Samkhya was propounded by Kapila. Okay. Who propounded Nyaya? It was by Gautama. Now Vaiseshika. Vaiseshika was by Kannada. Okay. Purva Mimamsa or Mimamsa, it was by Jaimini. All right, so all these things you have to know. Samkhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaiseshika, Mimamsa, and Vedanta. Six schools of Shaddarshana. Rigveda, the oldest of Vedas, chiefly contains collection of hymns to gods, methods of Vedic yagnas, early Aryan culture, origin and works of Hindu god. See, methods of Vedic yagnas was in what? Yajurveda. This Rigveda contained collection of hymns to gods, that is 1028 hymns and around 10,000 verses. Okay, so it is a collection of hymns to gods. Which gods? Gods like Agni, Varuna. Okay, see, you might get confused between these two, A and C. Is it early Aryan culture or collection of hymns to gods? You should understand that first thing what strikes your mind when you say Rigveda is the hymn, is a hymn, right? So this is correct, and this is telling about early Aryan culture. Okay, what the word that is mentioned in the question, it's what is chiefly there in the Rigveda, right? So it should be collection of hymns to gods, which indirectly denotes early Aryan culture. So A is the answer, not C. Man passed from food gathering stage to food producing stage in the Neolithic age. What is the source of this answer? The snippet which I showed in the first question, this one, the Neolithic age. First food producers and animal keepers, the Neolithic age. In the title itself, there are two answers. The answer for first question and the answer for this fifth question. It is A, Neolithic age. Assertion. The form of government in Rigvedic period was monarchy. Okay. Reason. Priest enjoyed both social and political status and influenced administration. See, whenever there is a question which has assertion and reason, try to see 80% of the times this might work. What do? You have to add because, the word because, and try to read both the statements together. The form of government in Rigvedic period was monarchy because priest enjoyed both social and political status and influenced administration. See, However, from um, combined reading of assertion and reason, we are finding that this reason is not appropriate explanation for the assertion that is given. Okay, okay. So you can eliminate the first option, that is both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. This is ruled out. See, we all know that the Rigvedic government was headed by a king. Okay, he was the central authority, right? So it was a kind of monarchy. A is correct. We also know that priests enjoyed both social and political status and influenced administration. That is, Brahmins held a significant position in the society and had influence in religious and ritual matters. Okay, while they had political influence, the form of government being primary monarchical was not dependent solely on the influence of priests. Okay, so both this statement and this statement is right, but this our reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. Okay, so B is the answer. The Stone Age people had the first domestic asses, dogs, horses, sheep. Okay, I'll show you a small snippet to reinforce the fact that NCRT is very, very important. All right, see, here it is. The Neolithic people, they domesticated cattle, sheep, and goats in the initial stage. Initially, goats predominated, but eventually, cattle outnumbered the other two animals. Are you getting my point? Cattle, sheep, and goats were domesticated in the initial stages. This is the exact line mentioned in NCRT. Now, coming back to the question, now they first domesticated what? Asses, dogs, horses? No, it is sheep. All right. So this D is the answer. Which one of the following was worshipped as a heavenly god by ancient Indians? Even today, see, Surya, that is sun god, is revered in Hindu culture, right? He is the supreme soul who brings light and warmth to the world. And God's most famous temple is at what? Konark in Orissa. So A, Surya is the answer. Which one of the following usages was a post-Vedic development? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. See, if you do not know first option, just come to the second one. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. See, this one, as I explained to you in the previous questions, that Rigveda had 10 mandalas and 10th mandala had the Purusha Sukta hymn, which talks about the origin of this Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra through the head, limbs, thighs, and feet. Okay, so this is what was very much there in the 10th mandala of Rigveda. They are asking you post Vedic development. Okay, so this is definitely not a post Vedic development. This is wrong. Okay, because it was very much there in 10th mandala. So B is gone. Now, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. This also, if you're getting confused, come to the fourth option. Indra, Surya, Rudra, and Marut. See, the Rigveda mentions about these gods. Indra is an important god of thunder or rain, right? Surya, you know, the sun god, right? And Marutas was god of storm. Okay, so this these names of deities were present during the Rigvedic time, so it is not a post Vedic development. This is also gone. Now you're left out with A and C. Now come to the first option, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. What are these? These are purposes of life as per Vedas. That is Purusharthas. Purusharthas or purposes of life as per Vedas. Now what is Dharma? Righteousness, moral values. Artha is prosperity, economic values. Kama is pleasure, love, psychological values. And Moksha is liberation, spiritual values. Okay, all these are for purposes or purusharthas as per Vedas. Okay, So it cannot be a post-Vedic development. Okay, so this is also ruled out. You are left out with what? Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. So C is the answer. Okay, this one is a post-Vedic development, and these are 4 stages of life. Brahmacharya, Grihasthama, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. 25 years each, approximately. Okay, so C is the answer. These are ashramas. Now, the religion of early Vedic Aryans was primarily of bhakti. See, bhakti became a prominent feature of Indian religion and spirituality in later periods, particularly during the Bhakti movement, okay, which emerged in India around medieval period. It was not related to Vedic Aryans, okay. Image worship and yajnas. In Vedic period, what images are you referring to? There are no images. They used to worship nature, right? So image worship is absolutely wrong. Worship of nature and yagnas. Yes, yagnas, Yajurveda, and in Rigveda you have hymns which worship nature. Okay, so C is the answer. However, we'll also read option D, worshipping of nature and bhakti. Till here it's correct. Okay, so whenever, if it were given in option C, most of you would mark this one. Why? Because you read only half of the statement, and in that euphoria you will think this is right. Don't do that mistake. Please read the complete sentence, and even if half of it is wrong, then you have to cross it immediately. Okay. Now, with reference to difference between the culture of Rigvedic Aryans and Indus Valley people, which of the following statements are correct? Now, Rigvedic Aryans used the coat of mail and helmet in warfare, whereas the people of Indus Valley civilization did not leave any evidence of using them. You should understand one thing, that Indus people were peace-loving people. Okay? So, the arms were very, very primitive in nature, and there's no evidence of armor or helmet or body armor or shield. Okay, so whatever they're saying, that Indus Valley civilization did not leave any evidence of using them, this is correct. Okay. Now, Rigvedic Aryans knew gold, silver, and copper, whereas Indus Valley people knew only copper and iron. See, this one is the trap here. Iron? Iron is the trap. They didn't know about iron, right? So this is wrong. Now, Rigvedic Aryans had domesticated the horse, whereas there is no evidence of Indus Valley people having been aware of this animal. Now, I want to show you a small snippet from NCERT with respect to third statement. In a paragraph saying, was Harappan culture Vedic? They clearly mentioned that the Vedic chiefs were horse-centered, which is why this animal is mentioned 215 times in Rigveda. But the horse was hardly known to urban Harappans. This is the statement exactly given when they were actually discussing about the statement. Which one is Harappan culture Vedic or not? Okay, so it's clearly given here. So there is no evidence of Indus Valley people having been aware of this animal. This is also correct. Okay, so second statement is wrong. That means B is gone. D is also gone, because they are asking you to select the correct answer. Now, if you didn't read NCERT properly, this you would have flunked here in the third statement. Okay, so 1 and 3 are right. So this was theme 1 for you. Revise them and perform better. All the best.